I've just bought a Steam Deck. Am I quitting Nintendo? So if you're a regular on the channel, you know I cover pretty much everything Nintendo. And yes, I have just bought a Steam Deck. Am I going to be quitting Nintendo? No. And I'm going to sort of talk about why I bought a Steam Deck, why I'm not going to be quitting Nintendo. And I want to also hear from all of you what kind of content you want to see. What do you want to know about the Steam Deck? Do you want me to do tutorials? Do you want to see gameplay? Like, what do you want from my Steam Deck content, which is going to be coming? But don't worry, my Nintendo stuff is still staying here too. They're going to live in harmony together.
Do you want more? Because if you do, then you should check out our podcast channel.
I'm so excited. What are we doing?
I have no idea, but come and see.
Wow.
So yeah, I've got my Steam Deck and it is massive. It is huge. It really, really is in comparison to the Switch. But why did I wait an entire year to buy one? Well, if we go back a little bit, when the Steam Deck was announced, I actually made some videos about it, which kind of blew up and loads of people hated on it. Because at the time, I said that the 64GB version was pointless, mainly because AAA games are so large, you would never fit them on that. Never said anything about, you know, like emulation and stuff like that. But I was like, no, the 64 gigs pointless. And also I said, I'm not going to be buying a Steam Deck. I'm going to buy the Switch OLED instead, which I did. And there is a reason for that, because at the time I was concerned that, yeah, you know, it's gonna be a bit hit or miss. Valve had released other hardware in the past that didn't necessarily do too well. And well, I've been a handheld gamer my whole life. I love it. So when the Steam Deck dropped, I was like, yes, but I'm not gonna buy one because I didn't want to be like a beta tester, however you want to say it, because I knew there was gonna be some issues and I knew not all the games would run out of the box. So I didn't really know if it was gonna last, and I didn't want to sink money into it if it wasn't gonna be something that I would enjoy and actually play. But obviously now the 64 gig version is actually kind of the one you want to buy, because you can just open it up and expand the storage yourself. You can even buy just an SD card and expand the storage yourself. But I'm definitely going to be opening mine up and changing out the 64 gig like drive in there for a faster NVMe. Now, like going back, if you look at all the videos on this channel, they're actually all PC based, because I've been a PC gamer for a long time. I've had my Steam account about 18 years, I think, which is absolutely mad. So I've got like almost 200 games on my Steam library. I've always been a PC gamer. I've been building PCs for a long time. I even used to do reviews for a different channel for PC components. So I've been a PC gamer for a long, long time. But handheld gaming is where my heart lies, and that is why I love Nintendo, and that's why I do so much Nintendo content here, because I love Nintendo and I love handheld gaming. But being able to fuse like PC gaming to a handheld experience, that'd be amazing. Because, you know, I do a lot of video editing for what I do. So I'm at the PC all day long. I don't want to then be on the PC all evening long again playing games, even though Christina and I both have gaming PCs. We just haven't really used them in the past couple of years. And I find it much nicer to go lay on the bed or lay on the sofa or whatever and play my Switch. And that's where this came in. I was like, right, I think it's time to buy a Steam Deck. So the reason I waited a year was pretty much exactly the reason why I didn't buy one a year ago. I wanted to see what happened with it. I wanted to see it develop. Did Valve actually like put enough support in this? Is it improving? Are the games getting more playable? Is there better updates? Because there was a lot of issues and teething problems at the beginning, like any new hardware. But there's been over 100 stable updates for the Steam Deck, essentially. There's been a lot of support added. There's so many more games getting verified, and I absolutely love that. So for me, like, I saw this as okay, now's the time that I can actually feel comfortable buying into this. And it's mainly for like nostalgia. Yes, there's loads of AAA games I'd absolutely love to play on this. I'd love to play Elden Ring, even though I've got PS5. Having the handheld experience, I'd love that. There's loads of other games as well, especially because the PlayStation Sony like studios are now on PC as well. You can buy PlayStation games on Steam. It's crazy. But for me, it's like a lot of nostalgia stuff. I love the original Fable, which I've got like the HD remaster on Steam, and I've never played it, but I've played the original one over and over and over again. That was the first game I loaded up on the Steam Deck, and it blew my mind. Running 60 FPS No graphical changes, just what it like set, and it looked amazing. It really, really did. And being able to experience indie games a lot better. So for example, we picked up this game, this rhythm game, can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I got it for 89p on Steam, and on the Switch it was £25. That's insane. That's like going from $1 to like $35 in price difference for the same game. So we downloaded that. We had a really good time. Me and Christina spent like 2-3 hours playing this one indie game last night, passing the controller backwards and forwards with this rhythm game. It was just so fun. And I think I'm going to start playing a lot more indie games because of the Steam Deck. Now, do I think everyone should go out and buy one? Oh, it's a Switch Pro, yeah. No, I don't think everyone should go out and buy one. I've got a background and history of PC gaming. I know all the problems that come with PC gaming. I know about changing all your settings, finding games that won't even run, and all the like crashes and glitches and whatever you might run into. I have a good foundation of knowledge to understand why that's happening and how to fix it. It's not like the Switch where you put it on and it's designed for that one console and it works. That's not the case. PC games, there's so many different types of hardware out there that it will never run right on every system, right? So I've got the knowledge and support like behind me to be able to understand what's going on and know that I can go into a game, I have to change the resolution. Maybe I'll have to enable FSR, which is basically like a resolution upscaler. So you set the game at a low resolution and then it will upscale it up to 720p or 800p, which is the native resolution of the deck, 1280 by 800, right? So some people might not understand that they can't just launch a game and play, that instead you might launch a game and it might not work at all. Or maybe you get really, really bad FPS, loads of jittering, loads of stuttering, and that actually you need to back out and work through it. Understand what Proton you've got to use, come back out, change the settings that you're going to use to make the game run how you want to play it. And how I want to play it might be different from you. So I don't think a lot of Switch people should go and buy a Steam Deck. I kind of advocate against it unless you're already a PC gamer. If you've got some knowledge of PC gaming, then I think that's a good idea. But one thing I do think I've noticed is obviously being a PC gamer for a long, long time, I've always strived for the highest FPS, the best graphical settings. So both me and Christina have 165 Hz 1440p monitors, and we try and hit the best FPS with that resolution, right? And the issue some PC gamers fall into the trap of is max settings, maximum FPS, which is great. I understand that. I've been there. Don't worry. But you don't need that to enjoy some games, right? So some people have been like, oh, well, the Steam Deck, you can only get 30 FPS on some games. That's fine. And I think playing the Switch has made me more like humble in the fact that I don't need 8K gaming at 5,000 FPS. Do you know what I mean? The Switch struggles on some games like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Oh, I've got like 15 FPS in some areas in that game, and yet I've still played it and enjoyed it. It's been frustrating, but I've still been able to enjoy the game itself, right? And for the Steam Deck, it's not gonna reach 200 FPS at 4K, especially if you docked it on a 4K TV. That's not gonna happen at all. But being able to play at 720p or less, but upscaled, and have 30 FPS, lock in that FPS at 30 or 40 if possible, then I'm going to enjoy so many games, whether that's the newest titles that have just dropped, indie titles, or old school titles that I just cannot wait to revisit. So that's kind of like my backstory as to why I've bought a Steam Deck and why I think it can live in tandem with the Switch. I'm not going to try and emulate Switch games on the Steam Deck. I'm not. I have a Switch and a huge physical games library for my Switch. That's my thing there. All my Nintendo games and all those good stuff there, I will keep there. And then the Steam Deck is for my PC stuff, you know, and reliving games that aren't available on the Switch. So I think they can live in tandem, in harmony. And again, I'm a handheld gamer. I love handheld gaming, and this just blows my mind. Because when I was a kid, my Game Boy Color was my first console, and to me, that looked like PS5 graphics, you know? But now, we've pretty much got like a PS4 in our hands, because the Steam Deck is basically as powerful as a PS4 in your hands, which is crazy. So what do you want to see? What content do you want to see? Because I know loads of people constantly comment going, when are you going to do Steam Deck stuff? Why haven't you done a Steam Deck review? Do you think the Steam Deck's worth it? Blah, 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 blah. I see that all the time, even though we're mainly a Nintendo channel. And well, now I've got a Steam Deck. So you tell me what kind of content you want to see. And yes, there's still going to be Nintendo content, so don't worry. And don't forget about our podcast, where me and AJ go and talk about all things gaming in a long form, and I think you'll really love it. So go over there, show the channel some love, because it's a brand new channel, so we need all the subscribers we can get. And also check out another video, which is going to be Nintendo based down here as well, because why not? But anyway, I hope you're cool with the Steam Deck entering the channel, and, you know, I hope you stick around. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.